What's good, family? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk with Ak Ben. Ak Moshe Ben. What's good, Master Moshe? Shalom, brother. What's good? Got another edition of Real Talk with Ak Moshe. For those who coming in, make sure y'all hit the like button to make the algorithm go up. Hit that like button. Be free to comment. Make sure the comments be respectful. No trolling allowed. We got no time for buffoonery. Oh yeah, let me mod you up, Master Moshe. Let me give you your wrench, brother. Yeah, gotta mod you up. Make sure I mod up my brother Monster there. There we go. All right. You're a mod now, brother. Give my brother a wrench. Gotta make sure he wrenched up. What's good, Maria? Shalom, sister. What's good? What's going on with y'all? I YouTube sent an email to us again. They changing their policies again in 2022. It ain't nothing new. They always changing their policies. They always changing their policies for the worse, if you ask me. All the new upgrades and policy changes, it's for the worse. It's for the worse. But yeah, I had me some chili for supper. I'm not too big on chili. It was turkey ground meat. My mama made a chili for me with lean ground meat, like the turkey ground meat. It came out good. I ate some chili with crackers. That's what I had for supper. It actually came out good. That turkey ground meat is better for you. It's more leaner. It's like a lean ground meat. That turkey ground meat is more leaner. So yeah, I ate on that. I'm gonna eat some more tomorrow. I can't wait for Thursday. I'll be off Thursday and Friday. But as you see the title, I love this time of the year. I really do. Now, when I was a child, I didn't pay no attention to it, because you're a child, you don't know any better. When you're a child, you just see it as time to get together. But and it's really not dealing with the fact that the holidays has pagan origins. It's just the fact that people make you hate this time of the year. How people act all stupid. Whether you're in the store, whether you driving. I mean, it's like the holiday season has people acting so dumb. They forget where their surroundings. They forget where they at. I mean, a lot of people, I don't get it. We supposed to be in the midst of a pandemic, according to the so-called media, but people still pushing and shoving, trying to observe these holidays. I mean, ain't nothing good come out this time of the year. You got. I hate this time of the year because it put a strain on everything. It put a strain on marriages. It's put a strain on relationships. It put a strain on families. It's the most stressful time of the year. It's the most stressful time of the year. Yeah, you get to spend time with family. Don't get it twisted. You get to spend time with family. But for those in the know, what's the point? I won't be surprised if YouTube shadow banned this channel. I think they did because, like I said before, YouTube making it harder for people channels to grow. This algorithm bull crap, man. It never used to be like that. It used to be free range. It used to be free range, like, it's like before they had this algorithm nonsense. Anybody that did content on YouTube, they just let the channel flourish. I mean, just let the channel be available to enter the whole internet service. I want to put this the whole World Wide Web, like. But yeah, let me know how y'all be when I saw your video early, Master Moshe. Like y'all went to the movies. like you always at the movies. That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong having family time, taking them to go see the movies. That's what's up. I pray y'all had a good day today. But yeah, one more day to work and I'll be off. Can't wait. Because, around this time of the year, a lot of people, you got to watch your surroundings too, because a lot of people act weird around this time of the year. A lot of people act weird, a lot of people going to be under stress. You're going to have a lot of panhandlers out there hanging around these stores, malls, shopping centers, begging people for money. It's sad, and a lot of these panhandlers, they deceiving people. They not really down on their luck. They deceiving people. They preying on people's emotions, and that's wrong. That's wrong, man. That should be illegal to pan. I think it is illegal, but they don't do nothing about it because there's so many of them. There's so many of them. You gotta watch your surroundings, and then they'll get aggressive with you. Someone, if you don't, if you politely say, "I'll get you something to eat," some of them don't even want that. They want you to give them money. That's why I say, man, if they get aggressive, man or woman, but man and women, because they like to try to prey on women, because women are emotional by nature, and they figure, oh, I'm gonna prey on this woman emotions, and she'll give me some money. But if they get aggressive with your woman, man, y'all got a right to rock their snot boxes, cancel their subscriptions, man, turn their TV off. Shit, real talk. If you tell them no, they get aggressive with you, get out that best spray, all that pepper spray, spray their ass, taser their ass, shit. No is no. Man too, because they don't, some of these panhandlers, they don't care if you're big, they'll try to swell up on you if you're a man. If you're a man, give them a 2 beats and a biscuit. If they got a weapon, if they pull out a knife and trying to shank, pull out their 9-iron and rock their snot box, man. Shit. Nobody, you're not supposed to panhandle. Go get your own, Most of these panhandlers able-bodied, and most of them, they be living better than the average worker. They how the hell you gonna be homeless when you got cell phone with full service on that? Something ain't right about that picture. Damn panhandlers. But I'm just saying, be wherever your surroundings, around this time of the year. Even when you're driving, you got a lot of crazy drivers on the road. They're in a rush to get to these sales at the mall. You got this Black Friday bullshit coming up Friday. The main event. People gonna be, getting bent out of shape, going full speed to these shopping centers and malls and Wally Worlds and, Best Buys and all that for all them electronic items that you could have been buying all year long. It's the same redundant stuff anyway. I don't get it. A lot of people sure got money to say they're not going back to work. Where the hell they getting this money from like that? They either probably start their own business or they know some kind of money racket scheme or something. Because a lot of people ain't going. They got a lot of people ain't working. They don't want to go back to these jobs, and I don't blame them. To be honest, I really don't blame them. Like I said, so much stuff on my mind. We could talk about, the current state of where the country is going. But like I say, I hate this time of the year. Ever since I came into this truth, and I know the meaning of all these holidays, I hate this time of the year. I do. It's the most stressful time of the year. But like I said, a lot of people are out of work, and they still gonna have money to shop for these holidays. I mean, they buying these Christmas trees, which is an idol. It's an idol. But you try to tell that to some people, they'll go in one end out the other. But they believe the same Bible you're supposed to believe in, especially your own family members. You tell them, do you believe in the Bible? Oh, yeah, I believe it's the word of God. But you show them the scriptures that's condemning the Christmas tree. Oh, that's what it don't mean. But you believe the Bible, though. You tell them you believe. I ask them, you believe the Bible, but you show them the scriptures. Oh, you're not supposed to eat that. Or I'm gonna eat anything I want. All right, go ahead. It's all clean and sanctified. We could eat anything we want. Oh yeah. And why will you pass up why when you're on the road Go scrape up some roadkill and clean it and cook it then. If you could eat anything you want, it's unclean. You know, you tell them, oh no, I ain't gonna eat that. Then you say you're gonna eat anything you want then. Hypocrites. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, some tenants, won't have their Christmas decoration. I know it me. Like where I stay at, some of the tenants decorate they those with decoration. I pay it no mind. That's all you gotta do. Pay it no mind. Pay it no mind. Like today at my job, they was giving some plate lunches. Like one of the local restaurants in the city, they brought some plate lunches to our job. Some shrimp fettuccine and chicken fettuccine. I was gonna get some chicken fettuccine, but it was a plate lunch though. But you see what they had in the plate lunch? They had fried catfish, string beans with pork sauce, and so I didn't get none. I said, "Oh no, I'm a pass. I'm a pass. I don't eat catfish." It was all unclean food. They always got to pick. Why they couldn't use no whiting fish? I could see it would have just been chicken fettuccine, some whiting fish, or some tilapia, fried fish, some whiting fish, and use beef or chicken sausages or turkey sausages for the string beans. They always gotta pick that goddamn swine and stuff, bro. I didn't get no plate lunch. I say, man, I ain't getting this. So what I did, I just went home for lunch. Get no plate. I was gonna get some chicken fettuccine, but no, they probably would have had the two catfish mixed with the chicken fettuccine. It's already defiled, and had the string beans, and some little plate lunches plates. You know what I'm talking about? Them to-go plates. They had them in some to-go plates. It was like a plate lunch. They was tearing it up too. They said it was good, but man, I can't eat that though. I'm not eating on no fried catfish. That's unclean. A lot of people gone, man. For real. I see I'll pass. That's what I see. They mentioned what they had. I say I'll pass. Always gotta be unclean food. But hey, that's what they do. I'd rather fry my own fish. I'm gonna do that one day, y'all willing? Give me some whiting fish and fry it. Ask my mama to teach me how to make a fettuccine, a chicken fettuccine, or just a fettuccine itself with vegetables. With vegetable fettuccine. Like with the cheese, instead of have meat, I have some maybe onions in it, or maybe some mushrooms or something. I don't know, or just the fettuccine itself. Oh yeah, I had to pass on that monster motion. I say I'll pass. I'll pass. I say no thanks. They might serve some food again tomorrow. Who knows? They might serve some more food tomorrow. And I'll pass again. But like I said, I'll be glad when all this over with, all this buffoonery. You know, we got this month, December, and then January 1st. And after that, that's a wrap. You know. Most shit we foodies. I want some whiting now. For real. Like that, yeah, some fried whiting fish, yeah. Or some pollock. Some pollock, that's some good fish too. You fry it. I used to like tilapia, it's a lot of brews got mixed feelings about tilapia. Some people say it's farm raised, some people say it's a clone fish, but when I see the fresh tilapia, it do have fins and scales on it. It does have fins and scales on it, tilapia. Because I used to like fried tilapia. I ain't gonna lie. I'll still eat it once in a while, but when I saw like a whole tilapia frozen, it had fins and scales on it. But some people say it's an artificial fish. Some people say it's clone. All these conspiracy theories, man. Last time I checked, all our food is defiled. Shit. All our food is defiled, man, amongst the Gentiles. But yeah. But that catfish, I never did like that. I never did care for catfish though. Even when I used to eat it. Like when I used to eat it a lot growing up, because growing up, that was like one of our delicacies we ate. Fried catfish. We used to have fish fries. My mom used to fry fish like every other Friday. And she used to fry catfish. I used to tear it up. I ain't gonna lie. I used to tear up that catfish, but what I didn't like about catfish is it had that fatty substance in it, like that little great fatty substance. I used to peel that off the meat on a catfish and had like that little fatty substance. That's why I don't like about catfish. But I don't eat that crap no more. All praises to the Most High. Hallelujah. For waking me up. Because that's why I call catfish river swine. That's the river swine. The swine of the river. Because they eat anything. The catfish should eat anything. They see they got some catfish that grow so big in the Mississippi River, it'll probably swallow a man whole. Some giant catfish. Some big old catfish, man. You gotta be a moron to swim in the Mississippi River. They say that river so dirty, full of toxic chemicals probably, and then they got them currents. You don't want to get swept by a current. Once that river current grab you, man, you're a goner. You're a goner. That's in any type of body of water. You don't want to get attacked. You don't want to get pulled by a current. They could pull you all the way across the sea, probably. They say, like, matter of fact, when we went to Destin, Florida in 2019, that was about 2 years ago. Yeah, man, that was the best vacation we went to, Destin, Florida. Before all this bullshit happened, before all this corona bullshit happened, that was in 2019, we went to Destin, Florida. And they had somebody got in a jet ski accident. And he fell off the jet ski and the current swept him away. Man, that current probably pulled them all the way out to the Gulf of Mexico. That's some scary ass stuff, man. I tell you, man, them water currents ain't no joke. He fell off the jet ski and I guess he couldn't swim and he got caught up in a current. And it pulled him all the way out to the Gulf of Mexico, all the way out to sea. He was in Destin, I guess he was on vacation. He was on vacation. Yeah, because you gotta know how to pull yourself back up if you fall off a jet ski. Even if you wear your life jacket, man, if you don't know how to pull yourself back up and swim back to the jet ski, man, you could still drown. Shit, I don't fool with that, man. I know I can't swim. I ain't getting on no water, getting on no damn jet ski. Hell no. Shit, I'll learn to ride a motorcycle before I get on the jet ski. Shit, give me what you want to learn to ride a jet ski or learn a motorcycle? No, I'd rather get on my Harley, get on a Harley Davidson, learn how to ride a motorcycle. Shit. At least, yeah, you might go down on a motorcycle, but if you go down on a jet ski, you can't swim, your ass is grass. Shit. And don't let them have no damn sharks in the water. Real talk. But yeah, it's been ages since I had some fried fish, though. I'm talking about home cooked fried fish. It's been ages, man. I mean, years. Years. And I was thinking about that today. I said, man, it's been years since I had fried fish. I'm talking about home cooked fried fish. Home cooked. Same here. Yeah, I mean, home cooked fried fish. Get some whiting. And I was thinking, I said, I'm gonna get me some whiting and get the ask my mama to fry it for me. Or get the I could do it myself too. I just gotta get the ingredients. Like the fish fry, the seasoning and all that, and the flour and all that. It all depends. My late grand uncle, he used to fry fish in cornmeal. Sometimes he'll fry it in cornmeal. That's one thing about my late grand uncle John, boy. He could have fried some fish. That was his favorite dish: fried fish, homemade cooked French fries, and lettuce and tomato. He could have fried. He could have hooked that up. Rest in peace, man. He could have fried fish. That was his favorite dish to cook. Sometimes he'll fry the whole fish, like with the bones in it, like whole fish. He'll fry it whole. My friend Pickett gonna eat catfish till the day he dies. I told him not. I told him he not listening, shaking my head. Yeah. That's how people stiff neck. Oh yeah, it's in it. Some people it's like that over here too. You tell them, oh, you can't eat pork chops, man. I'm gonna eat a pork chop. I've been eating pork chops for 50 years and I'm good. I'm good. Ain't nothing happening to me. Man, that's arrogance right there. It's called mercy and grace. But it's sad when our people say stuff like that, but they gonna have to wait till the doctor tell them they gotta cut down on the pork. When the Most High been saying cut down on the pork, since forever, since His word, that's been in the Bible all that time. People been going to church for 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, and they never even came across Leviticus chapter 11. They might think that scripture never even existed. But when you show them to them, they be like, oh, that's Old Testament. That's Old Testament. Jesus done away with that. Jesus done away with that. No, man. The Lord don't change, man. He don't change for you. He don't change for me. He don't change for nobody. The Lord don't change, man. Wow, a lot of our people are stiff necked, man. You tell them, man, save some money. Come into the truth. Save some money. Oh no, man. We're doing it for the children, man. We're doing it for the children. And I understand people, spend time with family. Like some siblings live out of state and they might want to come visit. Never seen siblings for or family members for like X amount of years. And this might be the only time they come visit, around the holidays. But it's still holidays though. It's still holidays, man. But yeah, shout out to brother Bazaliel, man. Brother Bazaliel, looking forward for the next episode of Behind the Veil. Shout out to brother Rob and sister Law Lady K. They've been doing some awesome content. I watched the brother Rob videos, the meaning of Thanksgiving. True Thanksgiving, that's what it was called. True Thanksgiving. That was a great live stream, you know, great live stream about true Thanksgiving. The only Thanksgiving we're supposed to have is towards the Most High in Christ. That's who we give our Thanksgiving to, man. They receive all the thanks, because without them, we won't be here. Each time you open your eyes in the morning, you're supposed to give thanks, man. Give thanks to the Father, man, for allowing to see another day above ground. No matter the circumstances. No matter the circumstances. But yeah, man, I mean, YouTube got some bull crap policies, man. That's all I can say, man. They got some bull crap policies. Ever since Google brought them out, man, that's when they went down. That's when they went down. But like I said, just gonna have to endure it, man, around this time of year. Watch your surroundings. Be careful where you're going. Okay, what's up, Kid Judah? Big salute, Kid Judah. Big salute. Big salute. And it's dreary too around this time of year. I've been drained, man. This time of the year make you tired, dreary. You know, it just puts you in a down state. You know, like I wanted to go live last night, but man, I was dozing off. I was dozing off. Right when I was about to doze off, man, my phone started ringing. I said, "Oh, conference call, man." I said, "Let me see what's up with that." You know, had a conference call that woke me up too. I was about to fall asleep. About to fall asleep, man. It's cold. Yeah, that cold air do make you sleepy. Yeah, it sure do. K Judah, big salute. Moshe, it's 20. It's in the 20s. It's cold, it makes you sleepy. It's in the 20s. Where you at, Sister Nama Real? Wow, in the 20s. It's about 50 degrees right now. It's 50 degrees. It ain't too bad. It's just 50 degrees outside, you know. Oh yeah, you gotta run your heater then. 20, it's in the 20s. Yeah, you gotta run the heater. But I like the heater though. I like putting on a heater when it's cold. I always did. Ever since I was a child. Every time it got cold, I used to ask my mom to put the heater on. You know, ever since I was a child, I sleep good with the heat on. It's sleep, you know, especially when it's cold. You know, it be all warm and comfortable. Makes you sleep good. That's right. Big salute. You know, thank y'all. We only got to deal with this once a year, one time a year. You know, the holiday season. You know, but I don't think they're gonna have much sales this year though. With all this going on with the pandemic. I think the sales ain't gonna skyrocketing because you know sometimes they lie with the statistics. You know, with the Black Friday sale, I don't think because it's not the same no more. It ain't like how it used to be with all this going on. Ever since they showed how people be pushing and shoving and fighting and stabbing and shooting each other at Black Friday over items, it's not. It took away the fun. It took away the fun. It's to show you how stupid people is, man. And when you observe the human race, we're not really evolved that much. Because if humans still act like savages over materialistic shit for a damn sale. I mean, pushing and shoving. You got grown men, adult men, supposed to know better, supposed to think. We're supposed to think with logic, right? As men, y'all want to see, we see women emotional, but y'all be acting more emotional on Black Friday than a woman. Y'all playing tug of war with a damn 75-inch TV, man, that was on sale. You know, it's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. It's freaking ludicrous. You know. Then you got these women. They be like, one year they had the woman, she pepper sprayed the whole crowd over some Xboxes at Walmart. You know, I forgot what Walmart that was. That was like a couple of years back. You know, she sprayed a can of pepper spray in the crowd. You know, over a damn Xbox. But isn't that what will happen, man? You gonna have a few people get their snot boxes rocked on Black Friday, get their subscriptions canceled, get their TVs turned off. It's stupid. If you ask me, it's stupid. Why you want to cancel somebody's subscription over a damn DVD or iPod or whatever gonna be on sale? Don't make no sense. Don't make no damn sense. Exactly. There's always somebody that get murk on Black Friday. Monster Lab. Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody gonna get their snot box rocked. And in all major cities of America, snot box is gonna be rocked. Subscriptions gonna be canceled. That's gonna be all holiday season, man. All holiday season, man. You know, people gonna be getting these snot boxes rocked, TV turns off, subscription cancels, prescription cancel, whatever. You know, it's sad, man. A lot of angry Americans, man. A lot of Americans are angry. A lot of angry Americans. Yeah, man, I can't stop saying Hassan. Every time Hassan Campbell sings, baby, haven't been like snot box is gonna be getting rocked. That's sad though, man. It's fucking sad. That's to show you humanity not really evolved, man. People not, especially Americans. I would say America's not really evolved, you know, because America, you know, just, and I bet you the world see how we act around them day on the holiday season. The world be looking how we be acting on Black Friday. Probably look at these dumb Americans. They want to call us third world countries, but they acting most savage. They make us look civilized. Them people that live in third world countries be like, hey, look, we more civilized than them, and they're in the first world country. They want to say we in the third world country, and we a poor ass country, but they supposed to be a world power, and they acting way uncivilized, and that is true. You know, to say this is a first world country where I really can't say that because America is becoming a third world country, man, with all this mandates, all the division going on, you know. You know, everything going up but the pay. If that don't make any sense, man. If you're gonna raise the price of everything, don't you think you should raise the pay too? It'll be balanced. You gotta have balance. But as not balanced, man. If you're gonna raise the price of gas, food, you know, housing, rent, and all that, you gotta raise the pay too, so people can live. How you expect people to live when you don't raise the wages? Minimum wage should be at least $20 an hour. That should be the minimum. You know, minimum wage and most all 50 they should come up with this bill. Minimum wage should be at least between $20 to $23 an hour in all 50 states. Real talk. Minimum wage should be at least 20 to 23 hours, 20 to $23. Or if you don't want to do that, at least between $18 to $21 an hour. That's fair. Minimum wage should be at least $18 to $21 an hour in all 50 states. Then everybody will probably be able to have a decent living. And no matter what job you work with, even if you work fast food, between $18 to $21 an hour, it don't matter. Retail, $18 to $21 an hour. Warehouse jobs start them off at least $20 to $23 an hour. Because that's hard work, man. You got a lot of Americans busting their asses on these jobs for damn peanuts, man. For peanuts. Okay, did you hear some chicken wing sausages? Chicken wings shortage. Goddamn English language. My words coming out a little slurry, you know. Goddamn English language. Moshe, did you hear it's a chicken wing shortage? Dang, they got no chicken wings. They got a limited chicken wings. Well, they gotta kill some more chickens. More shortages to come. More food shortages to come. That means if they got a kind of where they got chicken wings, so I guess the wings must not be good. Must got tainted wings. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, in a big city, Instacart. Hey, that's a good hustle. If I had a car, I would do Instacart maybe. Make 2 G's a week, take off every other week. Real talk. You can make, yeah, some people make like 1,000 between 2,000 a week. If you're in a big city, heck yeah. You know, you in a big city, that's an easy hustle. Easy hustle. All you're doing is burning people groceries to their house. You know, you drive around town, you got your navigation system, you drop off the groceries to their house. Now, one of the cons is you're gonna have to be responsible for your own gas. That's one of the cons. You're responsible for your own gas, car maintenance. You know, if your car you gotta keep up the maintenance on your car. But yeah, that's a good hustle though. That is a good hustle, especially if you live in a big city. You know, I'm talking about big cities. You know, like maybe Houston, L.A., um, Phoenix. Well, I won't say Phoenix. It's so goddamn hot in Phoenix, man. If you're doing Instacart in Phoenix, man, you're gonna have to keep changing your tires. Cause I heard stories like if you drive too long, man, your damn tires start melting. And if you're in a cold state, like if you're in a state that get too cold, you gotta worry about the snow. You gotta probably get some snow tires. So you know, all depends what city you're in. Gee, I bet you they make a killing in Vegas though doing Instacart. She in Las Vegas, they probably make a killing be doing Instacart. In Vegas, she. But not really because they got the strip, man. If you live on a strip, you could walk to all the places. That's one of the benefits. Like if you live in a city and you live on a strip, you can walk. If you live in a strip, you got all them places walkable distance. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Even if you own a car, you don't have to burn your gas too much gas. You know, so that's a blessing. Like if you live in a city and you live on a strip and you got all them walking, if all your business is walking distance from where you live, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. And you see, like when you're going on vacation, that's what we do. Like when we go on vacation, we trying to get a hotel. That's where everything at. Like we try to get a hotel or place where everything at, like around the strip, so you can walk to everything or drive. All the driving distance is just short. But yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good little plan too. Do Instacart, make a couple of thousand a week, and take off every other week. And then what's good about that? You make your own hours. You make your own hours. You work when you want to work. You work when you want to work. Say like you want to start about maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, and you start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you stop about around 5 in the afternoon or at 7 in the afternoon. You work how long you want to work. You take the orders you want, and you know. Mhm. And doing that, you put a lot of mileage on your cars too. You put a lot of mileage on your car. But y'all heard about Malachi Shabazz, daughter of Malcolm X, found dead. 56 years old, Malcolm X daughter, Malachi Shabazz, found dead. 56 years old. One of the youngest daughters of Malcolm X. Oh, let me screen share. Let me get the fair use. Damn it, fair use. Goddamn it, fair use. Damn allergies. Shit. Yeah, I'm about to screen share. Hold up. No, I don't want to subscribe. $1 a week. No, thank you. No, thank you. Get this off my screen, man. Shit. God damn it. I always want to, I don't want to subscribe. $1 a week, man. It's a ripoff. Okay, Malachi Shabazz left. Malachi Shabazz, one of the youngest daughters of Malcolm X, and his wife Betty Shabazz, was found dead at home in Brooklyn on Monday, the police said. The death of Mr. Barnes, 56, did not appear to be suspicious, said a spokeswoman from the city medical examiner who will determine the cause of death. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's what they say. You know, the media gonna have you believe what they want you to believe. A high-ranking police official said accidental food poisoning may have. Wait, a high-ranking police official said accidental food poisoning may have played a role. Foul play. That was assassination. The Nation of Islam probably took her out, man. You know, I won't be surprised if that was an assassination. They could have poisoned this sister, man. They probably poisoned her. Look, a high-ranking police official said accidental food poisoning may have played a role. Not accidental, no, intentionally food poisoning. Probably was assassination. Miss Shabazz was found dead 4 days after a judge exonerated two men who were convicted in 1966 of assassinating Malcolm X the year before. She was found unresponsive on her living room floor by her 23-year-old daughter who lives with her in the apartment in the Midwood section of Brooklyn, the police said. Mayor Bill de Blasio said at a news conference on Tuesday that there was no indication that Ms. Shabazz's death was a crime or the result of foul play. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's what they want us to believe. That's what they want us to believe. The media. Never trust the media. Never trust the media. I know, yeah, the whole Malcolm X bloodline, man, it's like his legacy is tarnished, man, you know. The death of Mr. Byers was a horrible turn of events for the family of Malcolm X, who was one of the most important leaders of the 20th century, Mr. de Blasio said. hmm I know, yeah, they family been through hell. Well, that's when they was babies. So basically, Malachi was a twin, and her twin Malak. See, man, them names Hebrew. They got Hebrew names, man. Even though they was Muslims, you know, where them Muslim and Israelite names sound just alike, you know. Like instead of Abraham, it's Ibrahim, you know, them Ishmaelite names. Where the original Ishmaelites was black anyway. So yeah, that's right. Yeah, her 12-year-old grandson. Yeah, Malcolm X's grandson was killed in Mexico. Yeah, they killed his son. He was beaten and killed. That was an assassination. You know, that was an assassination on Malcolm X's grandson. I don't know, man. Could have been an assassination. They could have been an assassination. They probably killed him, man. You know, they said accidentally poisoning. Come on now, 56 years old. You know, you already know Farrakhan gonna speak up. He gonna try to cover it up. Farrakhan gonna try to cover it up. Farrakhan, I mean. I thought it said the Bronx. Well, they said Brooklyn on this article, the New York Times. Yep, man, a lot of stuff going on, man. You know, crazy, man. A lot of brews died, man, around this time of year. You had the young Dolph situation, young Dolph, and now Malcolm X's daughter. You know, what more to come? More to come. More stuff to come, man. That's what I say, man. Y'all be careful of y'all surroundings, man. Be careful of y'all surroundings. Oh, man. Man, this weather do make you tired, though. It's 16 after 10 already. That time rolling. At least round here. Top 10 cities Black Americans are moving to and leaving. Black excellence. Interesting. Guess I'll share this video since I'm yawning and stuff. Let me share this video on YouTube. This should be interesting. A lot of them. Let's see what cities Black Americans are migrating to and leaving from. Interesting.
Down to the beat, y'all. Get down, down, here we go. Hello and welcome back. In this original Black Excellence presentation, we'll highlight the 10 cities that Black people are fleeing from and the 10 cities they are moving to.
Welcome to blackexcellence.com, the site where we share Black excellence, opulence, and affluence. Our mission is to inspire you as we enlighten you.
In the year 900, nearly 90% of all Black Americans lived in the South. But for the next 50 years that followed, more than 6 million of them started moving to the North and Midwest, desperate to escape Jim Crow laws and segregation. And they were in search of the other big attraction: jobs. This would form one of the largest migration patterns in U.S. history, called the Great Migration. Fast forward a few decades, and the initial benefits of the Great Migration have given way in most degrees to a stinging failure. The big urban centers have betrayed the Black American, who was simply looking for better opportunities for themselves and their families. Big cities have become the epicenter of crimes and violence, high unemployment rates, deplorable public education systems, lack of affordable housing, skyrocketing rents, corrupt leadership, and urban decay. Better opportunities and lifestyle are the reasons Black Americans left the South at the beginning of the 20th century. And these are the same reasons why Black Americans are returning back and even branching out west. The current pattern that we are now witnessing is a reversal of the Great Migration. We are currently in the age of the Black Exodus. The 2020 census data underscored the Black Exodus and proved that the vast majority of the nation's largest cities with the highest Black population are experiencing a dramatic and steady population decline. Black residents are fleeing these cities, and this trend of sharp population declines is not showing any signs of letting up. In this exclusive Black Excellence presentation, we will highlight, in no particular order, the top 10 cities that Black America is leaving and the top 10 cities that Black residents are moving to. So, without further ado, let's get started. The top 10 cities that are feeling the biggest impact of the Black Exodus are: number one, Chicago. Chicago has been experiencing a Black Exodus in recent years because African Americans are leaving for lower housing costs and safer neighborhoods. Illinois and the Rust Belt has suffered massive losses in the manufacturing sector.
I can't say I blame them. Get the fuck out of Chicago while you can. Get the fuck out of Chirac. I don't blame him. No, Chicago definitely should be number one. Get the hell out of Chicago, man. Get away from them chaos, man. Because don't have your children growing up in a community or environment when people getting their snot boxes rocking every damn day, getting their TVs turned off for bullshit. Everybody moving to Georgia. I'm not feeling Georgia. Yeah, for real. Don't go to Atlanta. That's the black Sodom and Gomorrah right there. Don't go to Sodom and Gomorrah. Fuck Sodom and Gomorrah. Hell into the now, no, no. But yeah, I figure Chicago will be number one. Let's continue the video. This should be a good video. Man, let me mute up. Every once in a while, I'm gonna do my commentary, on certain states and stuff. I'm gonna do my commentary, so y'all be on standby.
Causing so many people to leave that Illinois lost a seat in Congress. Number two, Los Angeles. California's population growth hit a record low over the past decade. Increasingly more people are.
Number two, Los Angeles. Definitely get the hell out of California. Cost of living is skyrocketing. It's a liberal state. It's too crowded. Yeah, get out of California. Get out of Cali. And I'm sure California got some good vibes. It's the West Coast. You know, it's, you know, it's Cali, man. Got a lot of beautiful scenery in California. I'm not gonna say lie. Cali got some beautiful scenery. Got the city, the lights, the beaches. But man, a lot of blacks are leaving Los Angeles. I don't blame them. I do not blame them. Let me mute up.
Saying high taxes, high cost of living, and even politics are making them leave. Number three, Detroit. African Americans are moving to suburban communities with affordable affordable housing, and good schools. Many are not finding job opportunities due to the struggling automotive industry and plant closures. Number 4, St. Louis. Part of what's driving blacks out of the city is the low quality of life. African Americans are looking for better access to schools.
Yeah, Saint Louis is another rough city. Just say it from Brother Jacob. It's rough around here. And the ST Hell, live from the ST Hell. You gotta be brave to hang around her. Yeah, the STL, man, it's a rough city. There's a lot of brothers be rocking each other's snot boxes in the STL too. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. But let me continue. This is a good video. I know this is an Instagram video, man. I can't wait to see. Let's continue. Most you see them tiny homes in California for the homeless people. They need to do something about the homeless population in California. Yeah, build some tiny homes for them, help them out. That's what's wrong with the United States. They need to do something about the homeless crisis instead of want to give all these tangibles to these immigrants. Help your own citizens first. That's what's wrong with this goddamn country. They don't want to help their own citizens. Let me mute up.
Better access to job opportunities, and better access to resources. Number 5, Cleveland. Like much of the Midwest, Cleveland's economy is suffering from the massive and traumatic deindustrialization of its manufacturing sector. Many are fleeing for new jobs, and the older population is looking for cheaper places to retire. Number 6, Jackson, Mississippi. Young people in search of high quality education, high paying jobs, or more fulfilling lifestyles are leaving Jackson in droves. It is very difficult for them to attract large companies and thus a challenge to retain their young talent. Number 7, Milwaukee. Many people are choosing to leave Milwaukee because of the burdens of high taxes, small job market, and its brutal winter climate. More and more of its residents are choosing other states with warmer climates and better job opportunities. Number 8, Baltimore. There are quite a few factors driving the population decline in Baltimore. Chief among them are high crime rates, inefficient city government, urban decay, and low economic opportunities. Number 9, New York and Newark. People aren't leaving.
Y'all see that, family? It said Baltimore was number 8, number 9, New York and Newark. Look like the North, man. Everybody come down. So I'm telling you, man, the South and the West is the future. Just something about the South, some parts of the South, and man, in the West, some of the West, man, that's where it's gonna be popping at in the future, man. That's just my opinion. But yeah, definitely get out of Baltimore. Baltimore is a rough city too. Baltimore is another rough city, just like Milwaukee. They call it Milwaukee. Yeah, you know. And I don't blame our people, man. Get out those toxic environments, man. Get out those toxic environments, because a lot of our people ain't right, man. A lot of our people are off the chain. They cuckoo. Baltimore ain't no joke, and New York is crazy. Oh yeah, man, they crazy in New York. New York is full of unclean spirits, man. They obnoxious. They think, you say, hey, what's up? They look at you like they want to kill you, man. I guess when you live in a city that's full of rats and it smell like piss all the time, that'll make you have a pissy attitude. You know what I mean? Milwaukee, yeah, Milwaukee. They call it Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let the bad apples, man, stay in those cities. I just hope those blacks that's leaving those rough cities, they don't take the bad apples with them, man.
In the Northeast metro areas because of the weather. It's a number of things. You name it. The high cost of living, lack of affordable housing, poor job growth, high crime rates, poor education systems, and just an overall low quality of life. Number 10, Philadelphia. As part of the tri state area, Philly is suffering a population decline due to the same reasons as New York and Newark. Black America is leaving for better job opportunities, safer neighborhoods, and lower cost of living. The South and the Southwest now represent the greatest potential for achievement for Black America, and the momentum is evident in sheer.
Yeah, I said that the South and the Southwest. Woo! The South and the Southwest, bro. That's where it's at. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all, hey, as much as I say Louisiana's a crap hole, some parts of Louisiana's a crap hole, but no part of Louisiana, no city in Louisiana was on that top 10 list. Even though we not up into, like I want to say, we not one of the most richest states in Louisiana. We're not one of the richest states, but we do got like New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Lafayette. We got some good cities in Louisiana. I want to say, if you want to live in a decent city, like a safer city, I'll say come to Lafayette, maybe some parts of Shreveport, because our Google search is like the safest cities to live in Louisiana. I won't definitely tell nobody to come move to New Orleans. New Orleans, New Orleans, you could visit New Orleans, but don't live in New Orleans or Baton Rouge. If you got steady income, heck, even Youngsville, Broussard, and Lafayette, heck, even New Iberia, where I stay, But if you have a steady income, you want to move to Louisiana, I say if you got a good job, or definitely come to Lafayette, move to Lafayette. Lafayette is a beautiful city in Louisiana. It's just something special about Lafayette, out of all the cities in Louisiana. And you ever see how people ain't getting out of Louisiana? Just something about Louisiana, man. The boot up or shut up. And you ever notice Texas wasn't even on the list too? Texas, man. Let's see what's on the next list. Let's see where our people going. Let me continue the video. This is a good video.
Sheer numbers. The urban renaissance that was once sweeping the country, resulting in a population boom in these metros, has now come to an end. Today, young Black professionals and middle class Black families have more resources, flexibility, and mobility to move to the suburbs and different destinations. Today, young Black professionals.
Pause. I just want to pause on this part. Look at that. That's beautiful. Black family. They don't promote this in American media. Look, got him a beautiful dark-skinned sister, dark-skinned brother, beautiful Black daughters, man. Look at that. They don't promote this in the American media. They don't promote this on most of the American media. Look at that. It's a shame you got to look for this on the internet, on YouTube. This is a beautiful picture. They don't promote a strong Black family. Got both parents in the household. Look at that, stable, happiness, beautiful, man. They don't promote this. They want to show our people a negative behavior. I can't stand it. They don't want to show this. They don't want to show this in mainstream media or lamestream media. You got to go on this channel, Black Excellence, to see this, and that's a shame. That's a shame. It's a freaking shame. I just wanted to commentate on that. Let's continue.
And middle class Black families have more resources, flexibility, and mobility to move to the suburbs and different destinations to an extent that previous Black generations could not. And they are looking for cities offering wider career opportunities, larger homes, top rated education systems, family friendly environments, entrepreneurial incentives, lower taxes, and family friendly neighborhoods. A high quality of life and low cost of living is the constant allure of Black America. But the question is, where are Black residents migrating to? What are these new cities that we are now calling home? Number one, Atlanta, Georgia. The demographics of Georgia are dramatically changing due to.
No, they going to ATL. They still, our people are stiff necked. They going to the ATL. Hey, I see God ATL. Nope, ATL, no ATL. That's number one, no. I say no ATL for me.
To the fact that Metro Atlanta has become the epicenter of the reversal of the Great Migration. Black Americans are migrating from cities like Detroit, New York, and Philadelphia for a better quality of life and a cheaper cost of living. Metro Atlanta experienced a growth of 335,000 new Black residents who moved to the area in the past 10 years. This was an impressive growth spurt of 20% of its African American population. Atlanta's Black population is now over 2 million Black residents for the first time ever. Atlanta's growth is driven by none other than jobs, and it's also a plus when you're Black America's mecca for culture and entertainment. With over 800,000 new residents of all races that moved to the area in the past decade, it's no wonder the A Town is the ninth largest metro area in the country. Number two, Houston, Texas. New migration trends show that residents are opting.
I gotta pause. That's your area, King Judah. Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. Texas number two. Houston is number two. A lot of blacks going to Houston. The South. The South. The good old South. SOUF. South. The South. Houston, Texas, man. A lot of our people going to Houston. Houston got them opportunities, man. Houston got a heck of a H-Town, got all them opportunities. I'm telling you. Even a lot of youngsters in Louisiana, man, they going to Texas. They moving to Texas, man. Let me mute up. Let's continue.
Out of Western destinations like Los Angeles and San Francisco and are settling into Texas. The Houston metro area saw a growth of almost 213,000 new Black residents who moved to the area since 2010. This represented a stellar 21% jump in the number of additional African Americans who chose to call Houston home, bringing its Black population to over 1.2 million. The Bayou City's economy is strengthened by its job growth in the energy, healthcare, and construction. Houston added more than 1.2 million new residents of all races to its population over the past decade, the third highest growth spurt among all American metros.
Yep, H-Town. Let's see. Say the Woodlands. Metro includes Woodlands, Sugarland, 21% black population, 1,200,000. Man, a lot of black people going to the Woodlands. Man, I know them heathens gonna hate that. I know them heathens gonna hate that in the future, man. You know, when our people get stuff together, man, they taking over. And that's why they trying to stop our people from, reproducing, man. That's what they're afraid. You see, they don't want, I find it funny. They want to come to the black communities like the hoods and stuff and gentrify the hood. But when our people have an exodus out the hoods and go to the good areas, they gonna get jealous again. These heathens are crazy. I'm telling y'all. Okay, they want to come back into the cities, but soon as our people move out the cities and go into better, like beautiful areas, they're gonna get jealous. They're gonna go back to the good areas. It's crazy.
This helps make H Town the fifth largest metro area in the country. Number three, Dallas, Texas. Dallas is a huge benefactor of Californians leaving for more affordable housing and a lower cost of living. The Dallas metro area saw a bounce of almost 256,000 new Black residents who settled into the area in the past 10 years. This represented an incredible 27% increase in the number of additional African Americans who chose to call Dallas home, bringing its population to almost 1.2 million people. Factors for the growth in Dallas include its low unemployment rate and diverse offering of culture, sports teams, arts, and nightlife. There were almost 1.3 million more new residents of all races that moved to Big D since 2010, making it only one of the three metro cities in America to add over 1 million. There are several corporations moving their headquarters to Texas for lower taxes, more business friendly policies, and a high number of college graduates. For these reasons, we have to give honorable mention to the cities of Austin and San Antonio, who are also seeing a high influx of new Black residents. They both increased their Black population by 26% and 28%,
A lot of blacks are moving to Texas. A lot of our people, I'm telling you, man, the South and the Southwest, man, that's gonna probably be where the majority of blacks going in the future. You know, we don't know how long we got in this so-called captivity, but yeah, I think you got a lot of Californians moving to Dallas. A lot of people from California moving to Texas. I just hope they don't bring that liberal bullshit down south, man. We don't need that liberal bullshit down here, man. Let that liberal, if you getting out of California, leave that liberal shit in California, man. Because Texas is a red state, Louisiana is a red state. Now I don't get into politics, but I'm saying, man, don't bring that liberal mindset down here to the south, man. But man, a lot of our people going to Dallas.
respectively. Number 4, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Black Americans are leaving Chicago in droves. They are looking for a better quality of life, lower crime, and greater employment opportunities. And the Minneapolis St. Paul area is a Midwest alternative offering all of these. Over the past 10 years, the Minneapolis St. Paul area saw a growth spurt of almost 95,000 new Black residents who now call the Twin Cities home. This represents a spectacular 39% jump in its African American population, bringing its Black population to over 333,000 people. Minneapolis's economy and job opportunities are far outpacing Chicago's because of its skilled workforce, family-friendly environment, and better education system. This is helping stimulate population growth 3 times faster than the Chicago area, as it can boast of having over 355,000 new residents of all races relocate there in the past decade. Number 5, Seattle, Washington. The tech industry and a strong job market plays a significant role in Seattle's growth.
Whoa, Seattle. That'll be another least choice for me. Seattle, no Seattle for me. Because you see, it rains too much. Seattle rains too much. And also Seattle, that's the RI capital of the states. That's the RI capital, interracial dating capital, Seattle. So a lot of, you're gonna have a lot of SYSMB brothers and swirlers going there, you know. I'm just saying. Yeah, but yeah, Seattle, no Seattle for me. That's way up north. That's the northwest, and that's like towards the border of Canada. And it rains too much. Nah, it's northwest. No Seattle. I won't choose Seattle. Let's continue. Oh, let me mute up. This is a good video, man. Interesting video.
The Seattle metro area experienced a respectable growth of over 54,000 new Black residents who moved in the area in the past 10 years. This represents an impressive 29% jump in the number of African Americans who moved to the Emerald City, bringing its Black population to almost 240,000 people. Seattle is one of many cities in the West who saw particularly strong Black population growth as African Americans are leaving Midwest cities like Chicago and Northeast cities in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. But this trend is for all races, as Seattle was able to increase its overall population with 580,000 new residents relocating there since 2010. Number 6, Las Vegas, Nevada. Low housing costs compared with much of
Hey, that's your neck of the woods, Monster Moshe. Where you at, bro? A lot of our people going to Las Vegas. Las Vegas, Nevada, number 6. Las Vegas, Nevada, number 6. Wow. I didn't think Vegas would have been on there. Didn't think Vegas. That's what's up. That's what's up.
California, no state income tax, and year-round sunshine make Southern Nevada an idyllic place for Black Americans to call home. The Las Vegas metro area grew its Black population by more than 80,000 new residents over the past 10 years. The fact that Las Vegas has the highest Black population growth rate of all the metros on this list came as a complete surprise to us. Las Vegas experienced a 41% jump in the number of African Americans who now call the casino capital home, bringing its total Black population to over 275,000 people. Las Vegas, being the gambling capital of the world with its ever growing tourism industry, provides an abundance of jobs for Black residents moving out of California. Sin City is one of the fastest growing cities in America and added almost 315,000 new residents to its population in the past decade. Number 7, Orlando, Florida. Orlando's growth rate is one of the fastest of the 30 largest U.S. cities, and the Orlando
Orlando, Florida. Yeah, Florida got some beautiful cities. I'm surprised a lot of our people. Well, Destin is a tourist city, but Orlando, Florida, that's what's up. Even down there in Florida, they going down there to Florida.
region is welcoming more than 1,000 new residents a week. Black residents migrating to Orlando are young and college educated. A large segment of them are coming down from Detroit, New York, New Jersey, and slow growth states. The Orlando metro area saw a growth spurt of 67,000 new Black residents move to the area in the past 10 years. That represents an impressive 21% bounce of new African Americans who have moved to O Town, bringing its Black population to over 385,000 people. What may be surprising is that these are not just snowbirds from the Northeast. Almost half of Orlando's new residents are working age and diverse, giving Orlando one of the youngest median ages in the state. Over 538,000 new residents of all races have moved to Orlando in the past decade, making it one of America's fastest growing cities. Number 8, Phoenix, Arizona. Arizona's desert capital grew at the fastest rate among all America's biggest cities, vaulting it ahead of Philadelphia to officially become the
What? Even Phoenix, Arizona, out of all the places, the desert, man, it's get hot as hell in Arizona. A lot of our people going down to Arizona. Arizona's now, even though it's a desert state, they do got some beautiful scenery in Arizona. Beautiful sunsets, the desert, just like in Vegas. I'm sure Vegas got some beautiful scenery. The West, Arizona, that's the promised land of the West. Just something about Arizona, man. They going down there. I never expect to see our people going there, man. Well, we melanated people, so we built for Arizona heat. We could handle it. That's that dry heat. And it don't get a humid like down here. We get that humidity. So if they can handle the heat in Vegas, if they can handle the heat in Vegas, I'm sure they can handle the heat in Arizona. So our people built for that. And then it's sunny all the time. You don't get no cold. You don't get no winter. You got a lot of cactus. Now you see, you just got to watch out for the scorpions and stuff and the rattlesnakes because it's a desert state. But man, our people migrating, man, they going. I say that it's either the south or the southwest that our people going to. Like the people that live on the northeast and the northern states, they coming down south or they going to the west. But man, out of all the places, man, I didn't think they was gonna go to Arizona, our people.
fifth biggest city in the United States. Middle class Black families from California and other more expensive parts of the country are finding Phoenix highly attractive due to its affordable housing. The Phoenix metro area saw a growth of over 72,000 new Black residents who moved.
Yeah, affordable housing to buy a house, but the rent is going up though. You see, they want people to buy houses. That's why they're raising the rent up in parts of Arizona and other states. You got these landlords, they raising up rent up even for like 1 bedroom apartments. They starting off at 1,000 in some state. That don't make no damn sense for a 1 bedroom apartment. You know, for $1,000, man, them landlords ain't shit, bro. You know, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to buy a house, man. You know, but let's continue the video. But yeah, Arizona is a beautiful state, though. It is. You know, I like to visit. States I like to visit is definitely Arizona, probably Vegas. I've been to Texas before, a long time ago. What other state? I've been to Florida. I've been to Missouri, Branson, Missouri. Branson is nice. We went to Branson, Missouri. But yeah, I don't know about the northern states though. I don't think I'd be too fond to visit the northern states. Maybe I don't know, but it's definitely mostly southern states and western states. That's just my opinion. But let me continue the video though.
To the area in the past 10 years, Phoenix experienced a scorching 37% increase in the number of African Americans who now call Valley of Sun home, bringing its Black population to almost 266,000 people. Also known as Buckeye, the city expects to remain a high growth community fueled not just by immigration and sun seeking retirees, but also by the arrival of tech companies. Buckeye added more than 653,000 new residents over the past decade. Number 9, Columbus, Ohio. Kudos to Columbus, who makes a surprising appearance on this list. Columbus is the new Midwestern star, the second biggest city in the Midwest behind Chicago. As African Americans are fleeing the latter, along with their exodus from nearby Cleveland, Detroit, St. Louis, and other slow growing metros in the Midwest states, they are looking for alternatives offering high quality of life, an array of urban amenities, and affordable housing. Given its advantages in these areas, Columbus has been able to fulfill the need of an additional 60,000 new Black residents who have moved to the area in the past 10 years. This represents an eye opening 22% increase in African Americans who moved to the Discovery City, bringing its Black population to over 330,000 people. Columbus has been able to excel despite decades of deindustrialization that has handicapped the rest of the Midwest. For this reason, it has been able to add almost 237,000 new residents of all races to its population in the past decade. Number 10, Charlotte, North Carolina. The presence of colleges, ease of living, and relatively low costs compared to larger metro areas are what attracts many African Americans to Charlotte. As Black Americans migrate from New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Detroit, they may not want to go as far south as Florida, and Atlanta is just not their vibe. So the cosmopolitan of Charlotte is a great compromise and midway point. Charlotte has become the new home of almost 83,000 Black residents over the past 10 years. This represents a respectable 17% increase in the number of African Americans who moved to the Charlotte area, bringing its Black population to over 572,000 people. Charlotte's sense of community makes it an excellent place for any business, family, or individual to call home. As the number 2 banking center and a magnet for young professionals, the Queen City has attracted over 416,000 new residents of all races to its population in the past decade.
We appreciate the fact that you stayed with us until the end. Thank you for spending time with us, and don't forget to like this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a video. Bye for now. We will see you tomorrow.
That was an interesting video. Let me like it. Let me hit that like button. I didn't think many of our people was migrating like that. You know, it's interesting. That's good. You know, yeah, I know. That's one of the cons about Arizona. Yeah, most of the houses look alike, and they too close to each other. You don't got a lot of yard in Arizona. You know, it's hot, but like if I could have moved, Texas and Arizona would probably be in the top 5 for my list. You know, Definitely give me, if I had to pick 2 out of the 10, it'll probably be Texas or Arizona. I ain't going north. I'm gonna stay in the south or go west. I'm just saying, it's the southwest or the south. If you ever notice, Louisiana wasn't even on none of the list. So I guess people rather stay in Louisiana and don't move to Louisiana. In my opinion, I think Louisiana, if you live in a different state, this is a state to move when you retire. To retire, like if you work a good career, if you want to retire, Louisiana is a good state to move if you retire. Just like how you got a lot of retirees going to Arizona. But yeah, I'm surprised Vegas was on there. Houston, Texas was number 2. Houston, Texas was number 2. ATL was gonna be number 1. North Carolina, those houses was tight, close together. Yeah, that's what's bad about living in the subdivision when the houses too close to each other. Because if a house catch on fire, that fire will spread. It'll spread with the quickness, and then it'll be a chain reaction. But yeah, I'm surprised, man. A lot of our people, I say either our people coming to the south, like if they live in the up north, they coming to the south, or they going to the southwest, or even the northwest. Like Seattle, that's the northwest. Seattle, that's the northwest. But me, if I had the opportunity, I'm going either south or west. But yeah, man, that's good, man. Hopefully our people, you see, man, our people will just get right and seek the Most High and keep the law, statutes, commandments. The Most High will bring them peace, no matter where they dwell at. No matter where they dwell at. And if our people will love one another and build and had that solid unity, man, they could network and build up those cities, man. But I think, man, it's gonna be popping, man. It's gonna be popping in the West, though, especially Arizona. I think in the future, we don't know how long we got here, but if our people, build, if they could build, man, get that self-hatred out of their system, man, they could take over those cities. But yeah, man, everybody leaving the north. That's why I say California. Everybody leaving California. They leaving New York. I've been saying, I say California and New York. That's 2 of the states our people don't need to be in. Any black person, if you got opportunity, get the fuck out of California and New York. Real talk. Come down south or go to the west. Oh, I don't want to go to this west. I don't want to go to Dallas. Oh, it's too hot. I don't want to go to. Man, you built for that shit, man. We melanated. We come from Israel, man. Shit, I bet you be getting hot in Israel, man. Our ancestors built those pyramids and built up ancient Egypt, man, for those damn Hamite Egyptians in that desert. I'm just saying. But yeah, it was an interesting video, though. It caught my eyes. I was like, man, let me see what this is about. Let me look at some of the comments. I want to flee the U.S. altogether. Somebody said they want to get out of the U.S. If you want to get out the U.S., more power to you. Too damn high. I'm moving to Tanzania soon. They could have America while I help build in Tanzania for the next half of my life. I feel your pain. America is getting worse as the months go by. Yeah, with all this going on, then we got that buffoon in office, that madman. That's who making it worse. His administration. We love it here too much. That's why we ain't fleeing. Super duper. We love it here too much. That's why we ain't fleeing. True. But yeah, it's good how people getting out of Chicago, though, man. It's sad, you got to think about the future generation. You gotta think about your children. For those who got children, man, you don't want your children growing up in no damn toxic environment. You gotta think about the future, man. Nah, forget that. My ancestors built this country with their bare hands. My black ancestors. Somebody comment. I'm reading the comments. I'm going to join the military, make a lot of money, and then move to Colombia or Thailand and live off of retirement. That's what's up, Jay Nice. You know, shit, man. When I was young, I do the same thing. Shit. That's one of the benefits when you're in the military. You could live anywhere you want because you got all that money. You even if you just do a 5-year bid, you do your 5 years or whoever contract you sign, live off your retirement, or fine, go to school. They pay for your school. That's what's up. And this one got 331 replies. Oh yeah, a lot of our people going to Houston. Houston do got them opportunities though. Somebody put, I would rather move either Houston, Dallas Metro, Orlando, Las Vegas, or Orlando. Don't seem like black people are moving to Austin. Don't waste your time on any of them. Dallas is all talk. Don't believe the hype. Yeah, but you gotta have careers too, to move like that. I think a lot of people going to Vegas though. That's what's up, man. Vegas do got them opportunities though. Vegas got them opportunities. Vegas gonna always have jobs, it's the casino capital of the world. Yeah, you see, yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, the blacks gonna probably be spread out. You see, you gotta know what area you're going because a lot of our people be spread out in some of them communities. Yep. And you see, that's what's bad about it. When the people move to all these states, that's gonna raise the cost of living up. That's about design. They're gonna raise it up regardless. Whether people move out of states into new states, they still gonna raise the cost of living, but they don't want to raise the pay though. They don't want to raise up the pay. That's sad, man. If you're gonna raise the cost of living, you gotta raise up the salaries too. You gotta raise up the wages, damn it. Raise up the wages. Yeah, it was a good video though. I'm back, family. We out here. Yeah. I was watching a video on Black Excellence talking about, states that our people migrating to and leaving. Chicago was number one. I was like, yeah, get the hell out of Chicago, black people. A lot of our people moving down south and going towards the west. They going towards the west. But when it comes, all states, when you think about it, all states got their pros and cons. They got their buffoonery, they got their flaws. You got video, I'm sure you got tons and tons of videos why not to move to this state, why you should move to this state. Say if you want to move to Texas, you might have a video say 10 reasons not to move to Texas, or 10 reasons you want to move to Texas. It's pros and cons to everything in this life, man. It's pros and cons. You might have videos that say reasons not to move down here to Louisiana. 10 reasons not to move down here to Louisiana. Reasons to move to Louisiana. Number one would be the food. They probably be like maybe the cheap housing. But you see, that's what it is. They want people to buy houses. They don't want, you see, that's why they're raising the price of rent up in certain cities. They want people to buy them houses, but the houses are too damn high. And everybody can't afford a damn house. If you want people to buy houses, raise the damn wages, raise the pay up. That way they could buy those houses. But like I said, we don't know how long we got in this society. One of the Most High knows that. One of y'all knows that. But like I said, that's interesting though, to see how people moving like that. I thought New Orleans or Lafayette would have been on the list. You know, a lot of people, it's like a lot of people don't want to move to Louisiana. A lot of people don't want to leave Louisiana. Well, they live in Louisiana regardless, you know, some people, but if they could afford to. But like I said, I think if I tell somebody to come down here to move to Louisiana, you have to be retired. It's good to move down here if you're retiring. If you're retired. Yeah, let me read some more comments. In my opinion, Atlanta has always been way overhyped, and its title of being Black Mecca hasn't been valid for decades. Metro, Kansas City, and Denver, Colorado Springs should have been honorable mentions on the list to move to city. Yeah, Colorado Springs is another beautiful city. I heard Colorado Springs. Yeah, Colorado Springs. That's another beautiful city. I didn't believe what folks told me about moving down south until I saw it with my own eyes in Virginia and Atlanta. What I was told that the folks could move from up north, from somewhere like North New York City, and do extremely well in the south. Yeah, you know, yeah, for real. You know, the cost of living is way high up north. California that moved to Dallas 3 years ago. I love it here. Only thing I miss about LA is the weather. Southern California doesn't have enough black people. For me, this isn't the 80s and 90s. Black people give California its flavor and identity. Ain't no cultural practice out here but the culture black Americans. That's right. Yep. Oh yeah, we'd have sold the earth, damn it. For real. We'd have sold the earth. Oh yeah. Wherever we go. You know, you see how we moving towards the west. We're going to Las Vegas. They're gonna spice up Las Vegas. They're gonna bring some culture to Phoenix, Arizona. I didn't think they was going like that to Phoenix. They're gonna brighten up Phoenix. They're gonna season up Phoenix. But well, they're going to Atlanta, Florida. Seattle, they're going all over. If you live in the valley or coastal cities, you won't see many black people. You must not have lived in mid-city or South LA. Lots of New Yorkers are moving to Philly and even Delaware. The Northeast is extremely good for certain industries like biotech, pharma, and tech. It's easier to get a job if you are already physically established out here, and many employers offer a cost of living differential. Okay. I'm from the Midwest and I would easily move to Columbus or Cincinnati. They are nice places to raise a family. Atlanta has everything you need if you're about your business. Airport, reasonable cost of living, history, culture. And if you need a realtor, I got you. All I gotta say is beware the sodomites. Beware the transformers. Oh yeah. Beware the damn You know, the buffoons, beware of all that. My family and I left Miami 10 years ago and moved to a small town in Alabama called Midland City, Alabama, mainly because it was a cheaper and safe for the kids at the time. Michael Crawford, oh, that's Michael Crawford. Africa is a great option too. Hope you guys move. Hope your guys make a list with serious intel of cost of living, housing, and etc. Lord knows there are plenty of us interested in going back to our mother continent. Shit, not me. I ain't interested in going back to no Africa. All the time we going back to Africa when the Most High says it's time to go back. Real talk. Shit, give me Louisiana, Texas, Vegas, or Arizona, anything over Africa. Shit. Or any United States. Shit, I go to Alaska before Africa. Real shit. Shit, I go to Alaska before I move to Africa. Shit. What's up, kid, Judah? Shalom, big salute. Big salute. I'm just reading some of the comments on that video I just watched. Let me see. Yeah. Shit, if y'all want to move back to Africa, more power to you. But man, that's a whole big gap. That's a whole big transition. Wow. Let me watch this. That's the world. The rise and fall of showbiz and showbiz pizza place and Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, this used to be this is my childhood. Hold on, let me click on this video. We used to go to Showbiz all the time back in the night. Hold up, let me click on this. Yeah, we used to go to Showbiz Pizza. I gotta watch this, man. I gotta watch this. We about to watch another video, family. Showbiz Pizza Incorporated, man. That's my childhood. We used to go Billy Bob, man. We used to go to Showbiz all the time as children. Be like, my mom used to ask me and my brother and cousin sometimes, y'all want to go to Showbiz? Yeah, mama. Yeah, we want to go to Showbiz. Yeah, we want to go to Showbiz. Man, I gotta hold up. Let me screen share this. God damn it. Fair use, god damn it. Fair use. Fair use. Man, where the rest of the family at, man? Y'all hiding in the woodworks, man. Where y'all at, man? when I go live, y'all don't show up, but we don't want me to go live, y'all. where y'all? Man, this is crazy, man. Yes, the world, the rise and fall of Showbiz Pizza. I gotta watch this. We're gonna watch this as a family. We're gonna watch this. Hold on, let me make sure. All right. Yeah, Showbiz Pizza, man. This is interesting.
Comes to animatronic dining experiences, the selection is few and far between, and their popularity seems to be fading away more and more as time goes on. But this wasn't always the case, and for several decades they were one of the biggest fads in restaurant and live entertainment history. Without a doubt, the two most iconic that led to this phenomenon was Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater and Showbiz Pizza Place. But there's more to both restaurants than meets the eye, and the story behind each franchise is full of unexpected origins, drama, betrayal, and a lot of unintentionally horrific animatronics. So let's go back to a much simpler and stranger time with the rise and fall of Showbiz Pizza Place and Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater. The story begins in a very unlikely time and place in history, with a college freshman by the name of Nolan Bushnell at the University of Utah in the 1960s. You see, Bushnell was pursuing a degree in electrical engineering, and like most universities in the 60s, the college's computer department had a computer game called Space War. It was quite literally the world's first video game, and he found himself absolutely captivated by this innovative piece of technology. But it's at a local amusement park where things really began to take shape. As to put himself through college, in the summers he worked as a ride operator. He eventually worked his way up to manager of the games department, where he oversaw the Midway arcade games. Now, it may seem like a strange analogy, but much like the delicious combination of chocolate and peanut butter that led to the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, it was the amalgamation of these theme park arcade games and the college's Space War computer game that led to his brilliant idea: video game arcades. He then set forth on making this vision a reality, in which he eventually co-founded the entertainment company Syzygy to produce the first arcade video game in history, Computer Space. Unfortunately, this didn't take the world by storm as he anticipated, more than likely due to the game's complexity and steep learning curve. So he changed the name of his company to Atari, and in 1972 debuted Pong, but this time the results were a bit more optimistic.
Home video games have been a success from the moment a company called Atari launched this basic game, Pong. They're selling like crazy. 300,000 last year. This year, 3 million.
The massive success of Pong was the spark that ignited the video game fire, and quickly became one of the fastest growing industries in the country. But despite seeing an avalanche of profits from Pong and the games that followed, Bushnell soon realized the real money wasn't in selling the machines, it was securing locations to put them. The problem was he wanted to avoid competing with leads, not to mention the owners he was selling his systems to. So he came up with the idea of a video game arcade using food as a support structure. This would allow him to avoid direct and undesirable competition and potentially build a brand new franchise of his own. Now, much like the chocolate peanut butter analogy, there were a number of separate inspirations that, when put together, proved to be the perfect combination for the arcade hybrid. First was realizing that pizza was by far the easiest type of food to, as he put it, not screw up. So Pizza Parlor seemed like the perfect venue. Then, upon visiting a pizza and organ pipes restaurant, which, as strange as it sounds, was a huge fad in the 60s and 70s, he saw there was a demand for live entertainment to go along with the pizza. Another source of inspiration came from a trip to Disneyland with his daughters, where by sheer coincidence, he'd applied for a job as an Imagineer straight out of college. But since the company rarely hired recent college graduates, he was repeatedly turned down for the position. Anyway, he was especially impressed with Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, which also by sheer coincidence was initially going to be an animatronic dinner show. The way he saw it, animatronics would be a fantastic way to entertain patrons as they dined, and he just so happened to have the engineers at his fingertips to figure out a way to go about doing it. The final piece of the pizza puzzle was Country Bear Jamboree, as apparently he was influenced by its wry humor, catchy musical numbers, and wide cast of lovable characters. Even better was how the show appealed to both children and parents. But the Disney theme park inspirations didn't end there, as Bushnell also envisioned the Pizza Parlor arcade with an iconic mascot in the same vein as Mickey Mouse.
Can we count on you?
You can count on me.
Can we count on you?
You can count on me.
Now, despite popular belief, the original intention wasn't to also be a mouse, but a coyote, and the title of the restaurant was going to be Coyote Pizza. Bushnell even purchased what he thought was a coyote costume from an IAAPA trade show, or International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. However, once the costume was sent back to Atari, they realized it was actually a rat. So it seems he decided to embrace the obvious similarities to Mickey Mouse, as the character was then given the name of Rick Rat, or Ricky Rat, with the title of the restaurant also changed to Ricky Rat's Pizza Time Theater. But Atari's...
Wow, so they stupid, man. Look how dumb they thought that was a coyote. It was a damn rat. Coyote pizza. Coyote pizza. They thought it was a damn coyote. That was a damn rat costume, man. Ricky Rat. Ricky Rat pizza. So I guess Ricky Rat was the daddy of Chuck E. Cheese. That's Chuck E. Cheese daddy, Ricky Rat. Wicked, I heard about Chuck E. Cheese. They got a dungeon under them stores. Yeah, some creepy shit in Chuck E. Cheese, man. They got a few creepy pasta Chuck E. Cheese stories too about the animatronics. Yeah, a lot of children be scared of those animatronics, though. You know, real talk. But let's continue. They showing all this unnecessary stuff, man. I mean, they going into the detail, showing all that side stuff. Man, let's continue this.
PR agency felt having the word rat in the title of a restaurant probably wasn't the best idea. So the mascot and restaurant was given a new title, the Big Cheese's Pizza Time Theater. Unfortunately, the Marriott hotel chain, for whatever reason, already had a trademark on the name The Big Cheese. So the creative team put their heads together and came up with the name Chuck E. Cheese for the mascot, and the restaurant became Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater. But the cigar-smoking rat would also be joined by a handful of other characters, and together they would be known as the Pizza Time Players.
Now, if you're a parent and you've got some kids at home, I think you better pay attention to this.
Wow, so the original Chuck E. Cheese smoke. So the original Chuck E. Cheese had a cigar in his mouth. I didn't know that. You see, we always thought Chuck E. Cheese was this damn innocent rat. Man, that mofo used to smoke on them cigars, man. Chuck E. Cheese used to be puffing. Puffing on them cigars. Puff, puff away, Chucky. Puff, puff away, Chucky.
Story, because before too long, Chuck E. Cheese and his Pizza Time Theater will be a very intimate feature in your life.
On May 17th, 1977, the
very intimate feature in your life.
Y'all saw that? Had a damn Confederate flag up in there. What the hell? Man, them motherfuckers had a Confederate flag up in that restaurant, man. Back there, crazy. Had a damn Confederate flag up in there.
On May 17th, 1977, the very first Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater made its debut in San Jose, California. And while the food itself was criticized as somewhat mediocre, its Atari-centric video game arcade proved to be just as big of a draw as Bushnell had predicted. Top that off with the unique entertainment offerings by way of animatronic performers, and the restaurant was a huge hit with families. So it should come as no surprise that Noah Bushnell wanted to expand ASAP. But there was just one thing in the way: Warner Communications. You see, just a year prior, Bushnell had sold Atari to Warner Communications for $28 million. In addition to the sale itself, one of his stipulations was that Warner fully fund one Chuck E. Cheese restaurant, which they did, but they simply had no interest in building another. This was a major problem because they legally owned all the intellectual property, such as characters, logos, names, and everything in between. So Bushnell was forced to buy the restaurant and conceptual rights from Warner for $500,000, or just over $2 million today. He then established Pizza Time Theater, Inc., and once again set forth on making his vision a reality.
The company's ultimate aim is to create a cutesy fantasy world in every neighborhood, to bring a mini Disneyland to your doorstep, and of course, to help your children spend a lot more of your money. Dolly Dimples, the singing hippopotamus, is powered by a computer system capable of handling 450 instructions per second. Dolly has a repertoire of more than 20 medleys and a bosom that rises and falls with compressed air.
The second Chuck E. Cheese restaurant opened just a year later, which utilized a former grocery store and was 4 times the size of the first location, making it the largest pizza parlor in the country. New additions included Dolly Dimples, the piano-playing hippo, which, quick fun fact, was intended to be for adults due to her somewhat risque dialogue and, bouncing bosom. To deter kids from entering, they even made a sign with the words, "especially for mom and dad." However,
man, these are some buffoons. A damn piano-playing hippo with an expanding bosom. These are some perverted bastards, man. The owner of Chuck E. Cheese, this to show you the sick mind of these damn heathens. I didn't know this. I did not know they had a damn hippo, a piano-playing hippo, with expanding bosom. Man, it's just for adults, man. Come on now. These heathens got some sick-ass fantasies, bro. They got some sick-ass fantasies and fetishes. The more you know, I tell you, the more you know.
However, ultimately it was never posted, and she often entertained children of all ages. The game room was also expanded to become the Fantasy Forest Game Preserve, featuring virtually every popular arcade video game on the market. There were also a number of changes to the Pizza Time players, adding both new characters and altering the appearance of others.
Pizza Time Theater proudly presents Down by the Old. Not the new, but the old. Stream. Not the river, but the stream.
The second location also proved to be a major hit with families, and gave Bushnell the confidence to leave Atari and focus solely on his Pizza Time Theater restaurants. He would do this with the help of eager franchisees, and he soon began to add even more locations all over the country. By the end of the next year, there were almost 10 additional Chuck E. Cheese restaurants, and was on track to open 300 more by 1984, and 1,000 by the end of the decade. A major player of this massive expansion was to be Robert Brock, or Bob Brock, the president of Topeka Inn Management. You see, in the years prior, he had already amassed quite the fortune by franchising Holiday Inn locations all over the world, and was drawn to the prospect of getting a slice of the Pizza Time Theater profits. Don't worry, I'll keep the pizza puns to a bare minimum. So in 1979, Bob Brock signed a $200 million co-development contract with Nolan Bushnell, and became an official partner of Pizza Time Theaters, Inc. To keep it simple, this gave him exclusive rights to franchise his own Chuck E. Cheese locations in 16 states all across the country. But as a way to supervise these restaurants, Brock formed a subdivision of Pizza Time Theaters within his own company, Pizza Showbiz. However, this unintentionally set the stage for turning what began as the beginning of a beautiful partnership into a bitter pizza parlor rivalry for the ages.
Aaron had the idea to use animated characters for advertising purposes, and Willie is the first to do so, and with no limit to his vocabulary.
He's got a computer inside. The computer selects from various numbers of messages which he is capable of producing. So it's pretty random. You never know what he's going to say next.
Enter the founder of creative engineering, Aaron Fechter, a young inventor who specialized in mechanical figures. You see, beginning in 1977, he began showcasing his animatronics at the Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, the same trade show mentioned earlier. First were a number of standalone figures, such as Willie the Rabbit, Friendly Freddy, and Count Dracula. This led to animatronic ensembles, such as the Confederate Critter Show that was sold to Magic World, and the totally not a ripoff of Disney's Country Bear Jamboree, Bear Country Jubilee. Now, at one of these early trade shows, he was approached by Nolan Bushnell, the same year he purchased the coyote, but not really a coyote costume. As it turns out, Bushnell wanted to purchase Aaron Fechter's animatronics for his in-development pizza parlor, but out of fear of Atari reverse engineering his creations and putting him out of business, he politely declined. At the next year's convention, Aaron Fechter displayed even more elaborate animatronics, this time featuring a band/comedy ensemble known as the Wolfpack 5. The event was once again attended by Nolan Bushnell, who was even more impressed by what he saw, and once again made an offer to the young inventor. However, this time Bushnell wanted to purchase more than just Aaron Fechter's animatronics, as he offered to buy his entire company as well, but Fechter still had no interest in selling. Now, as an important side note, at some point Bushnell had spoken of Aaron Fechter's animatronics to Bob Brock, but allegedly he downplayed their quality as cheap and subpar. So fast forward to 1979, as with Bob Brock's first Chuck E. Cheese restaurant only months away from opening, he flew to Orlando to meet with the young inventor for himself out of curiosity. Brock was then given a tour of creative engineering and was blown away by the quality of Fechter's mechanical figures, expressing his opinion that they were far superior to the Pizza Time Theater animatronics. In fact, he had actually been fairly critical of the ones used by Chuck E. Cheese, and had expressed this to Nolan Bushnell when the two were negotiating. However, while Brock was assured they would dramatically improve going forward, even as his first restaurant was about to open, this had yet to happen.
Yep, for real. That Hipple's voice sounded black. They wicked, Moshe, for real. Man, these animatronics are looking creepy. Just looking at those animatronics, man, them things look creepy. I know a lot of children were scared of that. I know a lot of, till this day, children still be frightened of that. Them children be frightening them animatronics. You know, them children be scared for a reason, because unclean spirits probably can inhabit those animatronics. Man, I bet you if you go up in a Chuck E. Cheese at night, see them animatronics, them things will creep you out, man. Them things will creep you out. They do, they is creepy. I'm telling you, man, unclean spirits could inhabit those things and take control of them things, man. Them things look creepy, man, them animatronics. And you know, when your child be crying, they crying for a reason, because they see them unclean spirits up in them things. But you see, most adults, they say, oh, he just scared of it. She just scared. No, them children can see things, man. Them children can see things. You know, because, you know, infants and small children, they more vulnerable to the spirit realm, you know. But yeah, man, for real. Yep. Let's show you how they take a shot at our people. That's what they was doing. They was taking a shot at the black woman with their hippo. Them damn wicked bastards. They want to visualize black women as a damn hippo, man. Them damn heathen bastards. That's what that was. That's what they was doing. They was taking a shot at our black women, man. Wicked bastards.
And was growing concerned. So ultimately, Bob Brock decided Aaron Fechter's animatronics were the future of pizza parlor stage show dining, and the two set forth to create their own franchise, Showbiz Pizza Place.
I bet that pizza tastes good.
You've never seen a place like Showbiz Pizza Place. Serve you a pizza second to none. So come for pizza, stay for the fun.
The very first Showbiz Pizza Place opened its doors in Kansas City in March of 1980, and was actually the location that was supposed to be his first Chuck E. Cheese restaurant. However, at the last minute, he decided to make it the pilot store for his new venture, which is why it featured some rather suspicious-looking Chuck E. Cheese-related set decorations. But the spur-of-the-moment decision also unintentionally led to the restaurant's iconic characters and mascot. You see, while the plan was to create a host of brand new characters for Showbiz Pizza Place, the decision to utilize his Chuck E. Cheese location meant time was of the essence. So for the first location, Bob Rock chose to just go with whatever Aaron Fechter's company already had on hand, which as fate would have it was the Wolfpack 5. But to make it at least somewhat unique, they made a few minor alterations to the show tapes and character designs. However, these short-term animatronic characters wound up being very popular, so the group would stay on as the foundation for future locations. This was the same case for the restaurant's mascot Billy Bob, as he was just a slightly redesigned character from the totally not a knockoff of Country Bear Jamboree, Bear Country Jubilee. Although it is
Billy Bob was the main mascot of Showbiz. I remember Billy Bob. Yeah, I remember Billy Bob. And they had the gorilla too. They had the gorilla, man. They had but Billy Bob the Bear, he was the main mascot. So basically, Showbiz was replaced by Chuck E. Cheese. But yeah, I remember going to Showbiz, man, as a child, man, back in like the 90s and probably even maybe in the late 80s, because like 1988, you see, he used to be in Lafayette, Showbiz. Now, the old building it used to be in, it was Showbiz, and it became a Chuck E. Cheese. Now the building that used to be is in Hooters. They moved Chuck E. Cheese in Lafayette, but the old Chuck E. Cheese or Showbiz building is now a Hooters. I never been to Hooters, by the way. I never been to a Hooters. You know, I don't got time to entertain that before, be around a bunch of lust-filled simps eating chicken wings, lusting after these Hooter harlots. Don't got time for that shit. But let's continue this video.
worth mentioning that initially he was only a walk-around character, and not actually part of the stage show. The second Showbiz Pizza Place opened for business in August of 1980, and this was the one that solidified the restaurant into American pop culture with the Rock-afire explosion. The show now officially featured Billy Bob and his pal Looney Bird, Mitzi Mozzarella, Duke LaRue and Fats Geronimo, Beach Bear, along with Rolf de Rolf and Earl Schmerl.
We've got singing finest showbiz, eating finest showbiz, electronic finest showbiz, Showbiz Pizza Place. We've got big kids finest showbiz, little kids finest showbiz, family finest showbiz, Showbiz Pizza Place. Share the fun, share the fun at Showbiz Pizza Place.
Now at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, so what happened to Bob Rock and Nolan Bushnell's massive Chuck E. Cheese expansion deal? Well, shortly after meeting Aaron Fechter, Nolan Bushnell received a call from Bob Brock, who demanded to be let out of his contract. When Bushnell refused, Brock decided to go ahead and start up Showbiz Pizza anyway. This led to a lawsuit from Chuck E. Cheese on the grounds of breach of contract and theft of trade secrets. Showbiz Pizza then filed a countersuit on the grounds of misrepresentation, claiming they were misled into believing that outside of the Disney parks, Chuck E. Cheese had the only suitable animatronic system. And thus the pizza parlor battle officially began, with both franchises constantly trying to one-up the other. In some cases, Pizza Time Theater and Showbiz Pizza purposely built new locations right next door to each other, forcing
The rival between the bear and the rat. Chuck E. Cheese versus Billy Bob. So they was building places next to each other. Typical competition. Ain't no difference between like Burger King and McDonald's. Competition. Oh man. Let's see.
forcing families to side with either Chuck E. Cheese and the Pizza Time Players or Billy Bob and the Rockefeller Explosion.
The elements here at Showbiz Pizza are very similar to Pizza Time. Video games, elements here at
Either Chuck E. Cheese and the Pizza Time Players or Billy Bob and the Rockefeller Explosion.
The elements here at Showbiz Pizza are very similar to Pizza Time. Video games, kiddie rides, mechanical stage shows, and pizza. The big difference is in the sophistication of the animated figures. The movements are more lifelike, and the songs aimed at a more adult audience. I really enjoyed the musical arrangements of Showbiz Pizza's Rockefeller Explosion and was captivated by the choreography. This is a slick performance by any standard.
While the lawsuit resumed in the background, additional Showbiz Pizza restaurants began popping up all over the country, and the production of animatronic Rockefeller shows also began to skyrocket. The technology behind the mechanical figures was also improved, which led to an average cost of $100,000 per restaurant, or just over $300,000 today. Confident of their future, Showbiz Pizza was also spending quite a bit of money on R&D, with the majority of funds going towards even more advanced second-generation animatronics. One of these was Uncle Clunk, who is capable of 32 different movements and was to be a major addition to the stage shows. There was also a far more advanced Mitzi Mozzarella in the works, as well as a second-generation Duke, who would have played the drums with far more realism, with the ultimate goal to update all of the characters by the 1990s. However, at the same time as Showbiz Pizza, their competition was also going through quite a few changes of their own.
Smile America, say Chuck E. Cheese. Smile America, say Chuck E. Cheese. Food and games and all kinds of creatures. Oh, taste the Pizza Time Theater. Smile America, say Chuck E. Cheese.
Much like Showbiz, new locations were popping up all across the US, and along with the addition of new attractions and video games, major updates were also made to the animatronics and stage shows. For starters, the original portrait-style presentation was completely abandoned and replaced with a far more impressive balcony variation. These newer animatronics were known as Cyberamics, and were meant to give the ones over at Showbiz Pizza a true run for their money. These more complex animated figures performed on balconies and featured a new set of comedy routines and song covers, although the basic concept was still the same. Many locations also saw the addition of new characters for the cabaret room, such as Artie Antlers, who was originally called Elkton John, and BB Bubbles. But don't worry, Dolly Dimples and her bouncing bosom was left in a handful of the restaurants, which no doubt led to some poor child to grow up with a strange and unexplainable hippo fetish. There were also new pun-centric sideshows such as the Beagles, who performed songs by the Beatles, and the Beach Bowsers, who played songs by the Beach Boys. Yet another addition was the King, a 9-foot-tall animatronic lion who sang Elvis Presley covers. In a select few locations, there was even a Michael Jackson variation, and at one point was known as Michael Katzen. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't.
Man, look how they mock. They had one called Michael Katzen. Oh man, he crazy. Oh, I tell you, man. The more you know, man, the more you know.
Briefly mention Cheesy Street, otherwise known as the Cheese Factory. It had a Disneyland-inspired facade, and inside was basically a funhouse. However, this was a bit of an unintentional nightmare for kids, as many wound up getting lost in the maze, which led to an urban legend of disappearing children. Another unintentionally horrific adventure was Mr. Munch's Magic Madhouse, which could be found quite literally under the balcony stage. Inside was also a maze, but supposedly contained panic-inducing strobe lighting, and was eventually closed due to, quote, poor conditions inside the tunnels. Now, if all these new additions seem a bit all over the place, you're not crazy, as this was done to make each restaurant unique, which also enticed patrons to visit different locations within the same city or state. So yeah, both Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza saw tremendous growth in the early 80s, and both expected to have over 1,000 locations before the end of the decade. But while the battle of the animatronic-centric pizza parlors was mainly between these two monolithic franchises, their rise in popularity led to a slew of copycat locations.
Dining out is one of the fastest growing leisure activities of the 1980s, and I think we're getting a more and more sophisticated audience that expects good food, but they want to be entertained. And we want to entertain them and give them a place that's fun to come to, where they can spend the entire evening.
Just to name a few examples, there was Bullwinkle's Family Food and Fun, PJ Pizzazz's Family Fun, John Philip Tuba's, Sergeant Singer's Pizza Circus, and Gadget's Restaurant, featuring Sammy Sands and the Looney Tunes stage show. But wait, I'm not done. There was also the Magic Pizza, Fuzzy Wuzzy Wizard's Wonderland of Food and Fantasy, Razzmatazz Pizza Palace, Major Magic's All-Star Pizza Review, Fair Play Pizza Theater, Tex Critter's Pizza Jamboree, The Pizza Planet next to Denim World, Gigglebee's Robots Pizza and Games, Mark Twain's Riverboat Playhouse, Captain Andy's River Town, Captain's Carnival, Circus Playhouse Restaurant, Circus World Pizza Restaurant, Grand Prix Pizza Cabaret, Jester's Courtyard Playland, The Enchanted Castle, The Celebration Station, and last but not least, Dimes and Critters Pizza. So yeah, to say it was a fad is a bit of an understatement.
Man, that's a lot of damn pizza entertainment places. So Showbiz and Chuck E. Cheese was the first two started it all off. And now you got all those other places. Hey, it's crazy. But till this day, you might as well say Showbiz and Chuck E. Cheese is the king of animatronic and pizza entertainment. Crazy, man. Till this day, man. He probably brought them all out, man. He probably brought all of them out.
The way, the entertainment by the Critter Band is free. So come to Dimes and Critters in the 5 Mile Shopping Center for a great value and a great time.
Now, it's important to mention that in 1982, the lawsuit between Pizza Time Theater and Showbiz Pizza finally came to a conclusion. Ultimately, the case was settled out of court, in which Showbiz Pizza agreed to pay close to $1 million in damages, as well as a percentage of their profits for the next 14 years. So for a time it seemed Pizza Time Theater came out ahead as the victor, but severe financial trouble was brewing for the company behind the scenes. You see, during Chuck E. Cheese's aggressive expansion, franchisees were allowed to go virtually unchecked with their spending and promotional campaign expenses. Another issue were the labor costs for upkeeping the animatronic shows, as they built up with each new location and were vastly underestimated. But more importantly, the appeal and novelty of these stage show-centric pizza parlors simply began to wear off, and the also aggressively expanding Showbiz Pizza Place only saturated the market even further. To put it simply, the opening of new locations was outpacing the need for new locations, too much supply and not nearly enough demand. These financial troubles were coming to a head in 1983, and they might have recovered if it hadn't also been the same year as the video game market crash. Now, it's a bit of an oversimplification of a complex topic, but for our purposes, the oversaturation of video game consoles led to a decline in video game arcade attendance, which was one of Chuck E. Cheese's major selling points. Another detriment was Atari's financial loss of $500 million, which all but destroyed the company, as keep in mind, they were the biggest supplier of video games to Pizza Time Theater. However, the Achilles heel of their downfall was Nolan Bushnell himself, as he'd invested much of the pizza profits into new ventures within the video game and tech industry. So when Chuck E. Cheese began hemorrhaging a combined total of $20 million every month, there was no cash to bail them out. This led to the resignation of founder Nolan Bushnell, and that March, Pizza Time Theater filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. But Showbiz Pizza was also suffering from many, if not all, the same problems as Chuck E. Cheese, as their once exponential growth just a few years earlier had also come to a screeching halt. The decline in business had also abruptly stopped the flow of money into R&D, with the second-generation, more advanced Showbiz animatronics cancelled midway in development. The only one to escape this fate was the terrifying, lovable Uncle Clonk, who actually did wind up debuting in a handful of locations. Unfortunately, this well-intentioned nightmare fuel wasn't all that well received, and this led to a ton of Uncle Clunks going unsold and unused. But Uncle Clunk wasn't the only victim, as Showbiz Pizza's abrupt expansion cancellation led to a massive surplus of Rockefeller animatronics at creative engineering with nowhere to go.
He's the funniest robot science ever made.
Hello, you're on the air with Uncle Clunk.
Uncle Clunk, huh? I say destroy them all. Destroy all of them. If y'all can't use them, destroy them. Destroy all of them. Burn the warehouses down with all them animatronics. Destroy them all. Junk them. Scrap metal. Junk them. Put them in a damn crusher. Destroy them.
Oh, I get it. You're doing your impression of a telephone ringing. What are you, some kind of nut? I'd say you were more some kind of fruit, actually.
Now, despite the decline of both pizza parlors, due to the lawsuit, Showbiz Pizza was the one still making payouts to Chuck E. Cheese. So in order to save the company, Showbiz Pizza set out to purchase the now bankrupt Chuck E. Cheese and absorb all their assets. The merger led to Showbiz Pizza and Pizza Time Theaters to unify as a single entity, which in 1985 became Showbiz Pizza Time Inc. It's also worth mentioning that, similar to Noah Bushnell, Bob Brock wound up stepping down from his position as president and CEO of Showbiz Pizza. As far as the restaurants themselves, they were more or less kept independent from each other, except when it came to the marketing, as Billy Bob and Chuck E. Cheese were now seen as pals and part of the same bizarre pizza parlor animal universe. Both franchises were also rebranded with new logos and simplified titles, now sharing the same color scheme and word font. Going even further, all the commercials and TV spots for both restaurants were made to be almost identical and interchangeable.
At Showbiz Pizza, you can act like a kid. You can have more fun than you ever did. But at Chuck E. Cheese, you can act like a kid. You can have more fun than you ever did. You can giggle, you can wiggle, you can flip your legs. Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid. You can giggle, you can wiggle, you can flip your legs. Showbiz Pizza, where a kid can be a kid.
Now, for a time, it did seem like both pizza parlors would be spared from complete obscurity, but it wasn't long after the merger that Chuck E. Cheese began getting the spotlight over Showbiz Pizza. A major factor behind this favoritism was due to an unforeseen ramification of the acquisition. Showbiz Pizza no longer had exclusive rights to the Rock-afire Explosion. This meant Aaron Fechter's company could now license the popular stage show to other businesses. It also meant they could develop and sell variations of the show, with one example being the Moonrockers, which were essentially the same band but with cosmetic and show tape alterations. Showbiz Pizza did continue to keep the Rock-afire Explosion units in the restaurants, but they soon began making changes to the presentation to make it a bit more unique to the pizza parlor. One of the most intriguing Yogi Bear show. While footage of it has yet to surface, there's evidence that it was in at least a handful of locations. Another variation was known as the Magic Stage, although precisely which location or locations tested this retheming is unknown. As far as the terrifying Uncle Clunk, he became Orwell, a robot you control. And while certainly educational for budding engineers, this somehow made the animatronic even more horrific. But Showbiz Pizza wasn't alone in major changes, as the merger also affected many aspects of Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater. Alongside Showbiz, the food quality was improved, as well as featuring a new selection of non-video game-based arcade games. As far as changes to the main form of entertainment, a select few locations saw the addition of the incredibly bizarre Family Album stage show. Equally as strange was another variation called the Hot Fudge Show, but evidently these were both placeholders while developing new Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. Soon the majority of locations were unified with a brand new show called Chucky's House, which was basically a more advanced version of the balcony stage show. It also incorporated live performances alongside the animatronics, with the usual assortment of show tunes and popular song covers. The combination of updates and alterations to both pizza parlors led to a moderate sales increase across all locations, and the prospects began to look far more optimistic. But things would soon take a turn for the worse. Or better, depending on which characters and restaurants you were a bigger fan of. You see, as a way to gain back the exclusivity of the Rock-afire Explosion, the new owners of Showbiz Pizza were putting major pressure on Aaron Fechter to hand over the copyrights. But after he repeatedly refused, the decision was made to get rid of them entirely in favor of a new show, Mr. Munch's Make-Believe Band.
Next will be Billy Bob. First his overalls, then mask, body fur, hands, left foot and foam ankles, and then his right foot, which will need to be unbolted.
The drastic initiative was known as Concept Unification and spanned across all Showbiz Pizza restaurants, in which the beloved Rockafire Explosion characters were skinned of all their aesthetics down to their bones. Or mechanics. These same animatronic characters were then given new cosmetics and costumes based on the Chuck E. Cheese characters. And though I realize these are simply inanimate objects, there's something incredibly unsettling about this process. So just like that, practically overnight, Mr. Munch's make-believe band was the new face of Showbiz Pizza. And by new face, I mean the disembodied corpses of the Rockafire Explosion. What's really interesting is that thanks to internal documents made public by ShowbizPizza.com, it turns out they initially toyed around with a brand new show featuring a completely new set of characters. And speaking of ShowbizPizza.com, for even more history on these pizza parlors, definitely check out the site once you finish the episode. It's been a truly invaluable source for information, photographs and archival footage, and the documentation of the two franchises is nothing short of astounding. Anyway, Concept Unification meant Billy Bob and his pals were erased from existence within the restaurants in every possible way, with only the name of the restaurant being left intact. But the final nail in the coffin for Showbiz Pizza came in 1992, as every single location officially became Chuck E. Cheese restaurants, and the name Showbiz Pizza was officially retired.
I was in 2nd grade. Yep, that's when Showbiz was no more. Chuck E. Cheese took over it. Yep, that's when we first came across Chuck E. Cheese in 92. Yep. They destroyed Showbiz, man. Creepy ass characters for real. Yeah, they was creepy. But I wasn't scared of them. See, I was entertained by them. I used to eat my pizza up in there, play the games, and watch them sing. See, we used to go on the stage. We used to try to climb up on the stage and go see what there's about. Me and my cousins. We were some little rascals. We used to be running up in there, hee-hawing up in there, man. We were some rascals. But yeah, it's just show you how them companies, man, them corporate companies, they be doing some slick stuff to each other, man. Them lawsuits. Damn, so they wanted him to give up the copyrights of Billy Bob. So they said, all right, you don't want to give up the copyrights? They strip them away. They got rid of all the characters and then left the name Showbiz. And next thing you know, it's Showbiz no more. Chuck E. Cheese took over. Damn.
A boring restaurant when you can go to Chuck E.'s. Next time Mom says, let's eat out. Remember, Chuck E. Cheese, please. The restaurant where a kid can be a kid.
All through the 90s and early 2000s, Chuck E. Cheese continued to dramatically expand, not to mention evolve with the times. Most of these efforts were done as a way to keep the Big Cheese himself hip, trendy, and cool for a new generation of kids. But as far as the animatronic entertainment, these soon began taking steps backward in quality. You see, when it came time to update the stage shows, initially they began testing an elaborate successor, the Chuck E. Cheese Awesome Adventure Machine. However, this was seen as too costly to operate, so a simplified and scaled-back version known as Studio C was installed in the vast majority of locations. But over the years, the robotics were scaled back even further, and the updated figures for Mr. Munch's Make-Believe Band were a true example of this. So it should come as no surprise that in 2017, the process of phasing them out entirely officially began, and continues to this day. By 2019, Chuck E. Cheese was valued at a whopping $1.4 billion, with close to 600 locations. However, the COVID-19 pandemic took a huge toll on the pizza place, and the company was ultimately forced to file for bankruptcy, again, in June of 2020.
This show that you see behind me has been in existence for...
Damn. COVID kicked Chuck E. Cheese ass. Damn, even the Chuck suffered from COVID. Damn, just when they was trying to bounce back, man, the COVID took them, man, made them almost forced them to file for bankruptcy. Wow.
For about 12 years. And even though it's still running really well and gets a lot of good reviews, there's a lot of new technology that's been developed since then. We've had a lot of new ideas since then. So we just wanted to update it and have a new show that would take us into the 21st century.
As far as Chuck E. Cheese's original rival, after Concept Unification, Aaron Fechter's company never really recovered. Production on new Rockafire Explosion units came to a near screeching halt, leading to hundreds of employees to be let go from the once booming headquarters. But that's not to say it was the end of Fechter's animatronic creations, as he would go on to produce a number of variations to the rocket-fire explosion. Unfortunately, they never seemed to take a hold of the public the same way as the original. One of the final nails in the coffin for creative engineering was the anti-gravity freedom machine, which was basically an email device before there was email. However, right around the time the product was released, the internet boom officially began, and email came with it, without the need for an expensive and specific machine to do it from. So he was ultimately forced to lay off the last remaining of his once 300-plus employees.
And then there's email. Email? I heard that's really neat. My cousin has a pen pal in Sweden and they write back and forth and it transmits right away and doesn't cost anything. Yeah, you can even talk with people all over the world on chat lines.
Over the years, many attempts have been made to resurrect the Rocket-Fire explosion, as well as Showbiz Pizza as a standalone location. From restaurants like Rocket-Fire Pizza, Billy Bob's Wonderland, Showbiz Pizza Zone, Looney Birds, or even the Rocket-Fire Bar. However, with the exception of Billy Bob's Wonderland, all these locations eventually had to close their doors. As far as the present, Aaron Fechter still works to preserve both creative engineering and his mechanical creations, and for a price, you can even tour the now mostly abandoned headquarters. Although he is still working on that second-generation Duke, so who knows what the future holds. Robert Brock, or Bob Brock, passed away of cancer in 1998, while Nolan Bushnell continues to contribute to the ever-changing world of technology. As far as the Rocket-Fire explosion itself, there's no question that their legacy, and those who are a part of it, continue to live on. The most notable example by far is the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, which used a combination of the Showbiz Pizza animatronics and Chuck E. Cheese as a clear and obvious source of inspiration. But let's be honest, even without the horror settings of a video game, the animatronics themselves continue to be a source of a ton of unintentional nightmare fuel, at least the ones in various states of disrepair. So at the end...
Heck yeah. Yeah, them animatronics is nightmare fuel. For real. Even the busted up ones. The older and decrepit they get and unused, that make them more nightmare fuelish. Damn, I said nightmare fuelish. That's a word. Nightmare fuelish. With an ISH, nightmare fuelish. That's nightmare fuelish right there. Rona did a job. For real. Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed.
End of the day, while both of the original Pizza Parlor animatronic spectaculars are a distant memory, enough of what made them so unique still exists today to ensure they'll never be forgotten.
Interested in history, like I said, that was part of my childhood, going to Showbiz and Chuck E. Cheese, back in the late 80s and early 90s. That was part of my childhood growing up. Between Atari and Chuck E. Cheese, Nolan Bushnell was a truly innovator. Let's see. You're laughing. A man dressed in a purple committed a serious murders and hid the bodies in animatronic suits. And you're laughing. Man, he trolling. That dude probably trolling. Poor conditions inside the tunnels is one of the most hilarious, terrifying things I heard in a while. It's like a corporate way of saying kids bones in a maze or something. I never understand how kids never found that shit terrifying. For real, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because them animatronics, I'm sure some of them did. Because them animatronics is creepy. Yeah, we had 2 hours and 35 minutes. And time fly by. But yeah, it's been a good live stream though. Been a good live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I don't think anybody else gonna come through. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, man. Appreciate everybody for stopping by and listening. You know, we had 2 hours and 36 minutes. We've been on long enough. Leila Tov, Sister Namaria. Leila Tov. Shalom and Leila Tov. I'm gonna go ahead and shut down this, man. And get ready to get me some rest. All right, family. Shalom and peace. There's been another edition of Real Talk with Ben. I'll see y'all on the next one.